Hello, it's Sunday, March the 23rd, 2025. I'm starting again. Sunday, Seashell sermon. Say that 5 times fast. Sunday, Seashell sermon. Sunday, Seashell sermon. Sunday, Seashell sermon. So I have a collective message, and the messages always pertain to me personally as well as the collective. So I picked 3 seashells. I don't even look at the book. I don't even look at the cards. I just hold them in my hands, and I picked 3 of them. And it's very apropos for what's happening now on the planet. Happy spring equinox. I hear the birds chirping. Crocuses are coming out. I did a lot of spring cleaning. Believe it or not, I got rid of CDs, DVDs, and a TV from 2008. So this is a good time to feng shui your place, get rid of things that you don't need anymore. So when you go into the spring, include a detox as well. You can go in fresh. So with that, I'm going to give you the first seashell that I picked from the Ocean Oracle deck. What seashells reveal about your true nature. My name is Beverly L. Nickerson, and I went through the courses with Michelle Hansen, who created this deck. Now, the seashells come in different categories. She came up with what they mean according to their behavior in the ocean, their interaction with man. You see this behavior group. And then we've got your interaction. How do they interact with humans and with each other? Name and appearance based on how they look. And the last category is intuition. So it was basically her intuition. Now I'm a Scorpio, Cancer rising. I have a lot of Neptune in my chart, a lot of water in my chart. So when I do a seashell reading for someone, I don't just go by exactly what she says. I get my own intuition and I elaborate even more. So this is going to be brief. The first seashell I got, can you see, is it focusing? It's number 186, and it's called the Muricrate purpura. Muricrate purpura. And sorry if I don't always pronounce it right. Some of these names are difficult, and they even have scientific names that I haven't even attempted to memorize yet. I feel like I went to the oceanography course at the marine biology in Woods Hole. Used to go to Woods Hole a lot to go to my mom's place on Martha's Vineyard. That stopped in 2018. And a lot of seashell. This necklace I got on right now, my mom made this. No, she didn't find it on the beach of Martha's Vineyard. She must have ordered this one. Okay, so anyway, it's kind of fancy. I've got on fancy sparkles. I got shopping angels, so don't get impressed. I got it 70% off at Macy's. But anyway, back to this reading. This has to do with recognizing that your limitations are of your own making, your limitations are of your own making. And what it says in the handy dandy book, it gives the analogy of a huge elephant. I mean, what are elephants, a couple thousand pounds or 1,000 pounds or whatever? They've got this little chain and they're in the circus and they're being forced to do all these tricks, and they really just want to be free. Now they could easily break free, but when they were a little baby elephant, they had the chain put on. They might have even been whipped. Unfortunately, there's a lot of abuse in the circus. That's why I would never go to the circus now. But it's also how we were treated between 0 and 7 as children. If your dad didn't say you were good enough, or you had to really, really perform to get any kind of attention from them, it's saying that any limitations that you're putting on now are of your own making. Let me look here if there's anything else I'm missing. But now is the time to break those chains right off and get rid of the subconscious thoughts. How do you do that? Number 1 for me, I did a lot of rebirthing in the 90s and even in 2000, and I met up with a rebirther last week at a psychic fair, and it was really helpful. So you got to breathe into it because it's in the subconscious. It's deep, in and out through the nose or in and out through the mouth, and stuff will start coming up that you didn't realize. And then throw the kitchen sink at yourself when it comes to affirmations. I do affirmations all the time. But just affirmations alone don't work because it doesn't go in the subconscious. They help. So let's see. So it basically says the elephant could crush the fence easily, but because they consider themselves fenced in, they behave accordingly. So when you're attracted to the shell, like I was, and you are because you're listening right now, it indicates those who imprison themselves unnecessarily and would be well advised to get out of their own way. And it even has to do with what's going on globally. I mean, I have never worked in corporate America. Well, maybe once, but it wasn't even corporate America. It was like a small phone company. But if you feel like they are in charge of your abundance and your destiny and your livelihood and all of that, no, 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 no. Let go of that. Abundance is everywhere. How many stars are there in the sky? How many shells are there in the ocean? I mean, this just has 200 shells. There are thousands of beautiful shells out there. So I want you to let go of your limiting beliefs right now and do the practices, even if you can only do 5 minutes of breath work in the morning, to breathe it out, Wim Hof, and then go to your affirmations. Now the next seashell, really interesting. It's a beautiful shell. See? Shell number 102 from Ocean Oracle. Something hidden being exposed, truth being revealed. Well, oh my gosh, there is so much truth coming out right now. If you get on the right podcast, you will find out things that are truths. Now, there's also a lot of illusions going on, but there's a lot of truth coming out about mainstream medicine. I've been involved in holistic medicine for, I guess, since 1998 when I worked for the Alternative Medicine Referral Service. So I was kind of ahead of the game, going to people that went to naturopathic schools, homeopaths, traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, herbalists. I promoted them, I listened to them, I went to them, I took my son to them. So I want you to look into a holistic, natural way to heal your body. You know, I got that virus in mid-January, and I flushed it out with just simple orange and lemon and ginger and turmeric and camo vitamin C. Now, it wasn't that I didn't feel sick for 5 days and cough a bit, but I was able to do it naturally. So a lot of truths are coming out about holistic medicine, and there's a lot of truths coming out in politics as well. I think something came out about RFK or JFK, I get them confused, that people in 1960s that said looked like there were two gunmen. It was proven that there were. And so we're going to see more and more of that, including disclosures when it comes to extraterrestrials, which in 6th grade I wrote a paper about them, Benny and Barney Hill. They were a New Hampshire biracial couple. I was biracial, or I still am, I guess. And I always knew they were extraterrestrials. No one had to convince me. But again, you know, you didn't go around saying that back when I was a kid. Now, this is the Juno votive. So it's basically the truth, as is truth with many material things in our society. Monetary value of the shell is based on supply and demand. At one time, the Juno voltage, they were very rare, so they were worth a lot of money. If you were scuba diving and you found this, it was worth a lot of money. But then there was a hidden bed of them that was exposed, and they went way down in value. So I'm getting that this is also a message with the stock market, because I know when this new administration got in, and again, remember, I'm not a blue, I'm not a red, I'm a purple, and I'm just saying things went way up, so I'm far from retirement age, but I was like, oh, things went up, but now things are down again. So again, I want you to go with your intuition. What is best for me? Is it to invest in gold? Is it to get a country house somewhere and rent it out? I mean, what is best for you in terms of your abundance? That's what I feel this has to do with, because like I said, there was a time where these shells were very, very rare, the Juno voltage, and they were worth a lot of money. And then they found a whole bed of them, and they went way, way down in value. And also it says C106. So I'm going to look at shell number 106. I forget. Let's see, 106. Oh, the Taurus whelk. something increasing in value. So there was a time when that seashell, the Taurus whelk, was plenty. There was plenty of it, and it was inexpensive. Then all of a sudden, it became rare, and people that had those shells really made out because they could sell them for a lot of money. So things go up, things go down. Use your intuition. Don't go into panic and fear right now. That's my best advice. Don't go into panic and fear. And the last seashell, isn't this one interesting? 108, the New England Neptune. Now I'm from New England. I have a lot of Neptune in my chart. People that have a lot of Neptune in their chart, I had an astrology ask me if I was an alcoholic. Well, no, in this lifetime, knock on wood, I am not an alcoholic, but I did have family members I love very much that were. I did do a lot of trying to help people that were, and it also has to do with things being so uncomfortable with yourself that you want to escape the situation, that you can go to alcohol, you can go to drugs, you can go to porno, you can go to shopaholic, all of that. And people are doing that a lot right now because, you know, if you're looking at the mainstream news, it is scary stuff. You know, they're saying things like WW3. I don't even like to say it. You know, I'm sending light to everybody, to a child who happens to be in the Congo, who is like digging for cobalt. I'm praying for the Ukrainian soldier, the Russian soldier, the Israeli people that are in captivity, the Palestinian, everybody. You know, I am praying, I love them all, and I want all of this to stop. When are we going to get to 5D? And war is unacceptable. In the meantime, so it's also talking about like AI. You know, I don't know about you, but I get these things sent to me and they look so real, and I realize that they're not even real. So don't get caught up in a story about the left that's really extreme or a story about the right, because Neptune is all about illusion, and it's about drug addiction, and it's about escapism. And, you know, I could actually see in this world, I just got a new TV. I've had the same one since 2008. It's just a $500 TV, but I could see how with these upgraded TVs, you could actually just really think that you're in the forest. You know, I have some beautiful whale. I don't know if you can hear it. I have some whale and dolphin music in the background, and the picture looks so clear. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in the ocean. So it has to do with being so uncomfortable with yourself that you try and escape the situation and wanting to possibly leave the planet. So if you feel you want to leave the planet, please call a hotline. This is not the way to do it, okay? But there are millions of people leaving the planet right now. We're going through a big shift. The Hopis talked about it years ago, and it's happening now. In an extreme situation, this person may seek to escape through drugs, alcohol, and maybe consider the S word. I don't want to say it. So the message to everyone today, the first card, you see, recognizing that your limitations are of your own making. So if you're in a very limited relationship or job, or you feel you're limited because your job is being eliminated. Oh, I said eliminated a lot. Anyway, don't feel that way. You are in charge of your destiny, okay? They can't control you. Juno Voltive, something being hidden, exposed. There are a lot of truths being exposed. You have to differentiate what is truth and what is fiction. And the last one is New England Neptune, which is all about being so uncomfortable that you may possibly go into alcohol, drugs, sex, things that are escapism. I don't want anybody to go down that road right now. I want you to get grounded, even if you just do 3 minutes of, you know, some breath work. That I like that one because it's the breath of fire, and I visualize light going in front of me, behind me, to the side of me. So that is your Seashell Sunday sermon for March the 23rd, 2025. Beverly L. Nickerson, I'm offering 15-minute free Seashell readings, and a 45-minute is $99. Thank you. Love ya.